So as y'all can see, I'm still at the hospital right now, but I get discharged today. But I want to make a video, a more in-depth video of what to expect during labor, or what you should expect during labor. I'm telling y'all my experience, everything like that. You know, it may not go for everybody else, but still though, I know y'all want to hear my experience of what I went through during labor. So I'm finna explain that to y'all. I'm finna tell y'all little stories and everything like that about how I led up into being in here earlier than his due date. He was supposed to be due Saturday, but he actually came May 5th. And I still believe, y'all go see the video before this. Like, probably gonna be 2 videos before this, I'm not sure. But y'all go see the video when I drunk okra water. And I don't know if I still believe that yet, but we gonna slide all into that. But anyways though, at the beginning, May 5th, around 12 something, I started having contractions and everything like that. I didn't know there was contractions at first. I thought they was like just regular Braxton Hicks or everything like that, because my stomach was tightening up and then it was loosening and then I was okay. I didn't know there was actual contractions until I started feeling pain at the bottom of my stomach. So if y'all don't know, like, be like, oh, wait, how do you know it's a contraction, everything like that? And girls be like, you just know? It's just pain at the bottom. Once you feel real bad pain at the bottom, them is actual contractions. And once it get real tight for a certain amount of time and then stop and then it come back again like quick, that's a contraction. If it just get tight and then loosen up and then stop for a little while, that's just a Braxton Hicks. But anyways, I could be wrong, but I ain't. Okay, I ain't wrong. I ain't wrong because it happened to me. But again, everybody pregnancy is different. But anywho, yeah, I started having contractions around noon of May 5th, which was Monday, 2 days ago. I won't say 2 days ago because I don't know when it's gonna get posted, but I just started having contractions May 5th. It stopped for a little bit and then it started getting hard again. It started feeling like I started getting more pain at the bottom of my stomach, and I didn't realize it was a contraction until I started crying. Like, that's how you know it's a contraction for real. For when you start crying, that's how you know it's a contraction. So I had to call my mom and everything like that, and I told her, I was like, my stomach is hurting and it's like it's starting and stopping, it's getting tight and then it's loosening up like in under 5 minutes. So if it's doing all that in under 5 minutes, make sure you time it as well. I didn't know how to do that at first, but now I think I know how to do it because look where I'm at now. But yeah, make sure you time that. Download the app. I'm letting y'all know, the pregnant girlies that's still pregnant right now, download an app called Contraction Timer where you could be able to track your contractions and everything like that. And even the app will tell you, like, if you time it at a certain time and you keep doing it like more than once, it'll even tell you should go to the doctor, like, itself. The app will tell you. But yeah, I was having contractions up until like, I would say 1. I had about like 4 or 5 contractions. So I ended up going to the hospital, and we didn't get to the hospital till like 1 something. And then I already knew, but at the same time I didn't know. I thought we was just going up here for a check and everything like that. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like a check, like, oh no, you're fine, you're just having like the little Braxton Hicks. I thought it was gonna be something like that. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought that. But at the same time, I had a feeling that I was about to have him that day, because I was like, these are different type of cramps, and I wasn't feeling that. But anyways, we got up to the hospital around 1 something. I had about like 4 or 5 contractions total before we got to the hospital. And then when I got here, they did a cervix check on me. They didn't do a cervix check before then, y'all, so I didn't know how many centimeters I was dilated at all, because at my doctor, it wasn't really recommended. Like, she told me, she was like, if I wasn't looking like that, I was like 6 centimeters or looking like I'm about to have him, like basically stressed out and stuff like that, she didn't have to do it for real. It might be recommended with the rest of y'all doctors and stuff like that, but with mine, she was pretty chill about it. So when I came to the hospital on Monday, I didn't know that I was actually dilating. Like, I didn't know I was a certain amount of centimeters. I didn't know none of that. So when I got here, they did a cervix check on me. I'm letting y'all know right now, when them things, them nothing to play with. I'm telling y'all, them cervix checks do hurt. They do. And coming from somebody that does too much a lot, they hurt. I'm not gonna lie. So be prepared for that. That's one thing. That's the first thing you need to expect. Them cervix checks. If you ain't getting it before you come to, if you ain't getting it before you come to the hospital, be prepared to get them at the hospital, because they definitely checking, because they have to see where the baby head at. They have to see all that other stuff. They have to see, yeah. So when I got my first cervix check, I was already 4 centimeters dilated. So while I was at home having them contractions, I was a certain amount of centimeters and I didn't even know. And I was going to actually sit there and wait till the next day because I had my appointment the next day to go to see what's going on with him, see if he cool and everything like that. But we ended up leaving because the contractions was just too bad. But yeah, the service check hurts really bad. I wouldn't say uncomfortable. Them things hurt. That's a different type of uncomfortable. Not trying to scare y'all, but I'm keeping it real with y'all. Them things hurt. I don't know, probably because the lady had nails. I felt the nail, but yeah. That's one thing that hurts. Another thing though, once she told me I was 4 centimeters, everything like that, another question I know y'all gonna ask about is, did the epidural hurt? With me, when I first got the epidural, I guess I got a high pain tolerance. That's what I'm assuming, because I could take needles and stuff like that. Like when it comes to the IV, this is what this is. This is a big old band-aid on my hand. I had an IV in my hand. They're gonna like IV you like right here, and like right here, stuff like that. So yeah, but if you can't take big needles, like if you can't take an IV and stuff like that, you might feel a little pain, like a little pinch when it comes to that IV. I'm about to say ibuprofen. That's how y'all know I'm tired. But you might feel a little pinch when it comes to that epidural. But the epidural didn't hurt for me because I could take needles and everything like that. So it didn't really hurt for me. The lady said, did he just pull? I just heard bubbles. But anyways though, y'all, the lady told me, my boyfriend said it wasn't a good description of what it was, but the lady told me it felt like a little bee sting. Well, before I even got the epidural, I asked her, I was like, do it hurt? And she was like, it just felt like a little bee sting. He say bee stings hurt worse. So I don't know. I never got stung by a bee, so I wouldn't know. But if y'all got stung by a bee or something like that, that's something you can imagine in your head. But I would say it's like a little pinch. It's like getting an IV put inside of you. It's like a little pinch for real. So it didn't really hurt with me. I don't know if it,
like a pinch.
The epidural. Yeah, like they literally doing it like how they do an IV. They just put it inside you, but it's gonna be in your back and everything. He told me it was like, how many tubes was in my back? How many tubes was in my back with the epidural? Like
it was just a little string.
Oh, didn't you say they put like something else in it too? I thought it was like 2 things that was in my back.
It was one. It's thin. It's like a little string. It ain't even like it's way thinner than IVs.
Yeah, so like you're gonna have like a little string in your back. It's like, I can't really find like something that's like real thin. Yeah, it's like real thin.
Thinner than a phone cord.
Yeah. So I ended up seeing it when they pulled it out, but it don't hurt. So don't be scared of an epidural. Like if some of y'all had worries about an epidural, I wouldn't be scared of an epidural because like I said, it's just a little pinch. The lady or whoever your nurse would be will sit there and numb you up. He said it was like some brown stuff they put on your back. I don't know what the brown stuff was because I didn't see it. He was watching from behind me, and then I had a nurse like holding me and everything like that. But that's another thing, y'all. The way they tell you to sit and like the way they like sit there and like talk to you and hold you, they make it seem like that is bad or something like that. Like I was just sitting there just fine. She was like, it's okay, and I was just sitting there looking at it. I'm like I was just like, okay, like y'all making it sound it's about to be worse than what it is. And then other people were saying like the nurses, not other people, the nurses sat there and was telling him, they was like, oh, if you pass out, well, let's hope you don't pass out or something like that. Like just getting the epidural. And I'm like, is it actually bad or something? Like I didn't know what was going on. They were just saying he better not pass out. But when he was looking at it, he said it was like a little bump in my back, a lump or something like that. I don't know how they sit there and explain it. But he said it was just a thin line. So I wouldn't be scared of the epidural. If it feel like I'm talking, like y'all can't understand what I'm saying, like if I'm talking in circles, don't mind me. I'm exhausted. I'm trying to think of everything because at the same time, I can remember a lot, but I also can't remember a lot at the same time because when the labor process was happening, I was so tired and I was so exhausted. But I'm going to try to like explain it as much as I can with what I remember. So I know y'all like, what is she talking about? Why is she sitting there talking? I know y'all sitting there thinking that right now. Like, I know y'all trying to keep up, but y'all also confused, but I'm trying. So bear with me. But anyways though, epidural don't hurt. Service check hurts like a mug. You gonna get a few of them too, so they can know when your baby is coming and everything like that. Like they can't tell on the monitor. They have to actually check you and feel where the baby's head is at. in order for you to start actually going into the labor whole pushing process and everything. But what else? Talked about the cervix check, the epidural. Oh, after the epidural, you ain't gonna feel nothing. Again, it's different with everybody else, so I can't really like say much about it, but I'm just telling y'all my experience and telling y'all what to kind of expect with it. But after that epidural, you really don't feel nothing. I do believe people on that one, because you don't feel nothing at all. Because when I took the epidural, like when they gave it to me and everything like that, they also gave me the Pitocin like a few minutes after that. So I already wasn't feeling nothing when they gave me the epidural, like my legs, like from the waist down, I wasn't feeling nothing at all. The Pitocin, it helps with the contractions as well, and it helps start the whole labor process, like the speeding up the labor and like the contractions speeding it up and everything like that. So they gave me a button, y'all. They gave me a button for the epidural. Like, I thought it was just like a bag and then they gotta refill it or something like that. They gave me a button where you could press it. I think that's another reason why I didn't feel nothing, because my right leg felt like it felt like a dead leg, like I'm telling y'all. And that's another thing. You don't want to play with that numbness on them legs. My left leg was cool. It was numb, but it was cool. I was able to move it within a few hours after I pushed them out. That right leg, I was crying, y'all, because I couldn't move my legs, and I was so upset. You know how you walk and everything normally now, and then all of a sudden you can't move your legs? That's a different type of thing, y'all. I'm telling y'all, that epidural is something different. So depending on how much y'all use and everything like that, I told you I was pressing it as much as I could. I tried to sit there, and also I didn't want to press it too much though, because you don't want to do that. Like, you really wouldn't be able to walk. But I pressed it a good amount of times. It don't help with the pushing, y'all. I mean, it don't help with the pressure, because with the pressure, basically when you get the epidural, when you push them out, they said it's gonna be pressure. Me, I didn't even feel pressure pushing him out. I didn't even feel his head. I didn't feel nothing. So that's basically telling y'all to get the epidural, because my labor and everything was so smooth. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I wouldn't say 10 out of 10 though, because the after process, the recovery process, that ain't nothing to play with. But we're gonna get to that part in a minute. But anyways though, what else with the so epidural, the Pitocin. Oh yeah, they also gonna put I don't know how to be saying, I don't be knowing how to say these words. What is it, a catheter or something like that? But yeah, they're gonna put I don't know if it's called a catheter, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, you're gonna get one of them. They put that inside of me too. I think that's the thing that help with the bladder. Like, y'all know how y'all they say you can't get up after you take an epidural? Okay. Y'all know how they say you can't get up after you take an epidural because you ain't gonna feel your legs? That's when they put like it's like a little tube. I felt the little tube, because when they put it inside of me, they put it like, down here. My delayed self thought they put it in the back. I don't know why, but I thought they just put everything in my back. But they put the tube part down where your pee part is, so like that catches your pee. And I didn't feel me peeing. My boyfriend said I was peeing and everything like that. I didn't feel me peeing. So like, again, get the epidural, because you ain't gonna feel nothing. You ain't gonna feel you peeing. You ain't gonna feel. The only thing that I sat there and felt with that epidural and that Pitocin is when my water broke. My water didn't break at the house. My water broke at the hospital when I was already 5 centimeters dilated. And what that feel like, it feels weird, but this is how you know your water will break. Because I didn't know in the beginning either. I was so confused. I was like, how do I know if my water is going to sit there and break? And it's basically feel like, when somebody throw a water balloon at you and it pop like that on you? That's what it's going to feel like. And it's also going to be really, really warm. It ain't going to be like, some people water be breaking at their house. Mine's broke in the bed, and I felt it. But yeah, it basically feel like a water balloon popping. A real warm water balloon popping. So that's how you know. And then you'll also feel the leakage. It'll be a lot of leakage coming out of you. So it'll feel like a different type of pee. Like, pee is like, I don't know how to really explain it. The water breaking, it's like smooth. The water, it's like real smooth. When you pee, the pee be like, It's hard to explain, y'all. I can't really, I can't really explain it. Now I understand why girls would be like, you would just know, because like you would just know. The water is like a more smoother type of feeling. Like, you know, with peeing, it could be like a little more like rough or something like that. Like, I don't know how to really put it, but just know that water breaking, it feel like a water balloon popped inside of you, like real warm, and then it'll start oozing out. Like, it'll start smoothing it out. Like, y'all know how smooth Fiji water is? Let me talk about other stuff. Y'all know how smooth Fiji water be when you drink it, just go straight down your throat? That's how water breaking feel. It feels so smooth. So yeah, that's how water breakage feels. Um, oh, let's get to the laboring part because it ain't nothing else after that. Um, with my experience, let me see. Oh yeah, this is how you know it's time for baby to come. When it feel like you have to poop. That thing is real. That's a real thing. So when you see everybody else talking about, oh, when it feel like you gotta poop and stuff like that, that is real. I can't vouch for that because I didn't know he was coming until it felt like I had to actually poop. And it's not gonna feel like that in the area you push him out. It's gonna feel like that in your booty hole part. Like, it's gonna feel like you actually have to poop him out, or you feel like you gotta push. I felt the poop part, like not the push part, but I felt the poop part. But yeah, when you feel like you gotta poop real bad, and you feel like it's something right at the edge, like a head or something, or like, you know, a turd, that's how you know baby is coming and stuff like that. I wasn't feeling pain or nothing. Like, ever since I got the epidural and the Pitocin, I wasn't feeling the contractions. I was feeling them a little bit, like they was like little cramps, and it was hardening. But the contractions I was feeling at home versus after I got the epidural, it was totally different. Like, I was feeling pain at home. I was crying. I was doing all that. At the hospital, after I got the epidural and Pitocin, they was telling me I was getting contractions, and I was like, oh, I am? Like, I didn't know. So yeah, to speed things up, that's when you'll know when to push. When you sit there and feel like you really have to go to the bathroom really bad, like you have to poop doing number 2. And then once you start pushing, my nurse, we did like a practice push. We was doing practice pushes, getting ready for the doctor. So they don't bring the doctor in right away when it comes to my hospital. They'll sit there and had a nurse like prep you. So I was getting prepped basically. I told her, I was like, I feel like I have to push or something like that, or I feel like I gotta go to the bathroom. They was like, that means baby coming. So she prepped me, y'all. She sat there. They're gonna put their fingers like this. They're gonna do this or do this, like to your area. So every time you get a contraction, that's when you're supposed to push. I know y'all be like, well, when am I supposed to push? How do I know when I'm supposed to push? They're gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you when you get in a contraction, and that's when you're supposed to push. You're supposed to push when you get in a contraction. You're not supposed to just push randomly because you're gonna get really tired. And I didn't believe that either until I actually started pushing. That pushing will take a lot of energy out of you. Like, it really, really would. Because you gotta push, you gotta hold your breath, you gotta hold your breath and push for 10 seconds straight. So once they tell you and be like, oh, you're having a contraction, or once it feel like that you gotta poop, that's when you're supposed to push. So they did practice pushes with me. They like started it off, laid back, put my legs up, and then every time they told me this, okay, you're having a contraction, you ready to push, you're gonna do it 3 times. So they're gonna sit there, they're gonna be like, push, they're gonna hold your thing, like try to do this so they could be able to see the baby head and everything. First they're gonna do service checks before all this even goes on. So when I got the epidural, they did 2 more service checks. So from the first service check to the second service check, the second go around, that was also different, y'all. Because the first service check, I got that without an epidural and I felt everything. The second one, 2 nurses came in and did 2 service checks on me, and I didn't really feel it. So yeah, another reason on why you should get the epidural. But anyways though, they gonna tell you to push 3 times, and then they gonna tell you to relax. It's like you gotta push right away though. Like, after you do it the first 10 seconds, you gotta take a deep breath, but you gotta get ready again. Like, you gotta get ready right away. You can't sit there and be like, and relax for a minute and then come, because the contraction, it happened for a certain amount of time. So they trying to tell you to push 3 times during that whole contraction, because if it stops, then they be like, oh, you can't push right now because the baby not trying to come. But I sat there, I pushed 3 times for like, I don't know, I would probably say I don't want to give it a specific time because I really don't know the time frame. I don't know. I probably would say I think I pushed for like 20 minutes or something like that because I couldn't feel nothing. So I didn't even know if I was really pushing or not. Like, it felt like I was just like doing this because they're going to have you have your legs up, but they're going to tell you to hold your legs too. And they're going to tell you to like bring your head towards your legs, and that's how you pushing. But it felt like I was just pulling myself to my legs. It didn't feel like I was pushing at all. So I didn't know if he was coming out or not. But my boyfriend told me he was coming out. Also, request for a mirror, y'all. Request for a mirror. You could request for a mirror, because I did. And I was able to see his head when I was pushing too. But yeah, it really wasn't that bad. The whole laboring process, that wasn't that bad at all. And shout out to the epidural. I'm gonna keep saying it in the video. Shout out to the epidural, because that's what really did it. Because knowing me, if I didn't get that epidural, how I acted when I first came in this hospital, I think it would have been way worse. I think it really would have been way worse, like for real. Because I don't like pressure. I can handle, and it's weird with me, I don't know why. It's not the pain that gets to me, it's the pressure that gets to me. Like, I can't stand pressure. I don't like pressure at all. So, when the lady told me when I got the epidural, oh, it's gonna help with the contractions, but it's not gonna help with the pressure, I still was like tripping out, because I was like, so I'm gonna feel him come out, like I'm gonna feel his head. I was so scared of that. That's the main thing I was scared about with the whole labor and delivery thing. I was scared of pushing him out. But when it actually came around to it, to pushing him out, I didn't feel nothing. And I'm keeping it so real with y'all. I did not feel nothing. I didn't even know he came out until my doctor put him on me. And my boyfriend was like, he out. And I was like, huh? Like, I kept pushing. And then it was like, his head is out. And I was like, I don't even feel that. Like, I didn't feel him slide out. I didn't feel nothing. And then my nurse was like, he had his hand like this. So she was like, oh no, you don't, she's like, you're not gonna tear mama like that. Like, I didn't know I was tearing, because I ended up tearing, y'all. I did. I got a tear on the outside. My boyfriend said it was like this. So that's scary. I thought it was like just a tear down. He said it was like in like an angle, like an acute angle. But I tore it on the outside once or twice, I believe. Yeah. I'm gonna count that as 2 tears. So I did 2 tears like that, and then she said I had some tears on the inside. So yeah, I didn't even feel me tearing. So I ain't feel him come out, nor did I feel the tearing, nor after he came out, I didn't feel the stitches. I just felt the tug, like, you know, when you stitch and you do this, you gotta pull the string like that. I didn't even feel when she was putting the needle, like doing that. I just felt her tugging, and I was like, what is that tugging? Like, I was like this. But everything else, it was just like, it was really a smooth delivery is what I could sit there and say. But just expect them, like, the needle for the epidural. If you can't handle pain, or if you're scared of needles, just expect a little pinch for that. I'm really just like, I'm speechless, y'all, because I want to sit there and like tell y'all certain stuff. I'll be like, oh yeah, this gonna happen, that's gonna happen. But again, everybody pregnancy is different, so I can't really tell y'all exactly what to sit there and expect. I'm just telling y'all what I went through, that y'all might sit there and be able to go through. Like, mine was smooth. So I didn't want to make this video too long, because I'm literally just yapping at this point, y'all. And I'm yapping, literally yapping. I don't know. Hold on. Oh, it's throwing me off. This is throwing me off. Y'all, I'm all over the place. I had to stop it because it sounds like that I'm like, don't know what to sit there and say. Like, I'm really trying to explain it to y'all. I'm really trying to give y'all like my experience about, while also trying to like give y'all advice on what to sit there and expect. But it sounds like I'm like, I sound delayed. I don't want to say the slow word, but I sound delayed when I talk. Probably because I really don't remember it for real. But I just remember the beginning part. Towards the end, after all the pushing and everything, I was very tired. So after that, it wasn't much to remember, because I was very sleepy and stuff like that from pushing him out. But the only things I remember is when he came out, the pushing process, and me not feeling him. That's what I really remember and stuff like that. And that's what I can explain to y'all. Also, I can explain the epidural and the cervix checks, because that all happened way before he even came. After he came, I can't really explain much to y'all. I can explain the recovery process, but that's gonna be a whole different video, because this video too long already. This video is almost 30 minutes long of me just talking in circles. So I don't want to sit there and like confuse y'all even more. So y'all gonna stay tuned to that video when I sit there and could get my words together a little more. But I apologize if I was talking in circles because I'm just trying to remember everything at once. I'm talking too fast, trying to rush it and everything, and I'm trying to remember everything at once. I don't know what. Probably because I'm so excited to tell y'all that I'm just spitting everything out. But if y'all understood what I did say, like when it came to certain stuff, I hope y'all did understand. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video before I get mad because I can't sit there and explain it well. It sounds like I'm all over the place, but I cannot explain it well. Like, ugh. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. So I hope y'all understood what I was trying to tell y'all, what to expect, the stuff. Basically, my whole experience throughout the whole pregnancy when it came to the pushing part, well, throughout the whole labor part, my experience, I would get at an 8 out of 10. I honestly would. Because I didn't feel it. So I would give it an 8 out of 10. Everything was like smooth. Everything was cool to me. Ever since the epidural to the pushing them out. Because I'm not counting when I first came here. That was painful. That took down some points. But after that epidural, everything else was smooth. So I pray y'all have a smooth delivery and everything like that too, just like how I did. And yeah. Oh, and that placenta looked nasty, by the way, just to let y'all know. That thing looks disgusting. So if they show y'all placenta, that thing, ugh, just a sack of, yeah, it looks nasty. All right, yeah, I'm out though.